Good morning, fellow project managers. My name is Tim McDermott. I'm a software development project manager living in Tampa, Florida. I'm doing a series of speeches on Agile coaching, and today I'm going to talk about the change transformation leader that the Agile coach needs to be. As a coach, he needs to coach on the individual level, yes, and the team level, but also he has to coach on the enterprise level. And at that level, he is actually a change leader in the organization. He has to lead great transformations. One of the great transformation people of the most recent century is Dr. Martin Luther King. He had to create the change in values and in culture in an entire country, the United States of America, to get us more focused on equal rights and etc. So he's a good example of a change leader. And so for my backdrop for this presentation, I'm going to use a transforming mural, and watch it transform. And there you see Dr. Martin Luther King, and etc. So it's a great backdrop for change transformation. So when you're an Agile coach, you're leading your organization through not just a change in procedures and techniques, you're leading a change in values and principles. In particular, there's 12 principles related to Agile that people need to go through. I won't restate those here, but I'll give you a good process for creating change. Creating change starts with establishing a sense of urgency. If there's no urgency, then for instance, I moved to Tampa about a year ago, but I still have boxes in my apartment I haven't unpacked yet. Why is that happening? That's happening because there's no urgency about getting unpacked. Another thing is you have to create a vision. If there's no vision, there's no change. People have to know, they have to be inspired by something to change. Another thing is you need to have a coalition, a group of people to champion that change. So as early on as you can, as an Agile coach, you need to get the influential leaders in your organization behind you and get their support, and then use their influence to create the change in the organization. And then, so you have the vision, you have the people, now you have to communicate the vision using those people. You have to sell Agile. Agile is the way of the future. It's product development over project management, etc. So either they need to get on board with Agile or they're going to get run over by Agile. It's coming. You need to be on board. Now you need to celebrate early wins. When you're in the change process, make sure that the early wins get celebrated and get known. That helps kind of build a momentum around Agile. And then make sure once the change is started, people kind of get burnt out on change. So keep the momentum going. Don't let up. Don't ever let up. Keep it fresh, urgent. Keep it on people's minds. Repeat, repeat, repeat. And lastly, anchor the Agile in the new corporate culture. The old culture is going to be it's not going to want to die. It's going to want to keep rising back up. As a change leader, you need to take notice of that. If it starts to rise back up, you need to, and they'll try to squash the current change, the Agile change. Put a stop to that pretty quickly. All right, that's it. And now I'm going to enjoy. There's multiple murals around here like this to do this transformation. I'm going to go check them all out. Thank you very much.